What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got some football focus. Over the next couple of weeks, I want to bring you guys some kind of mini videos. Not quite the massive size that I've been bringing you guys, but the draft is over now. The undrafted free agent period has been signed, and now Pittsburgh's got kind of their roster coming into camp together. There might be one or two little changes here and there, but Pittsburgh has their roster together. So I wanted to bring you guys some videos that are still going to be deep dives. They're still going to be statistical and still going to be analytical, but I wanted to kind of do some mini videos on the positions of the Steelers and kind of where we sit right now with our future. What kind of young players could emerge? What kind of players could be on the bubble coming into this season? Who could be cut this year? Who could be cut going into next year? Stuff like that. And I wanted to start with the Pittsburgh Steelers running back room. I wanted to look at their group because right now we have 5 running backs on our roster and 2 potential fullbacks. You know we're not going to have all those in coming into the regular season. But we just signed 2 undrafted free agents and we drafted a possible fullback. So now we've got 7 bodies in the room when you know there's only going to be probably 5 total in that room. So I wanted to look at, obviously Benny Snell is our friend, I'm sorry, my God, we're off to a good start. Man, Najee Harris is our franchise running back. Benny Snell is not. We'll get into that in a second. I got Benny Snell in the brain here. Najee Harris is our franchise running back. We drafted him in the first round last year. He is an every down back. He's a bell cow. He's a horse. He is a Pittsburgh Steeler through and through, and he had a very good rookie season in spite of having no help around him on offense or on the offensive line. That should improve this year with the moves we made in free agency. But Najee Harris needs an RB2. He needs a running back we can trust. Our second best running back on our roster last year was Kalen Ballage, the free agent from, I believe, the Los Angeles Chargers. He's gone now. He's a free agent again. He's going to sign somewhere else if he hasn't already. I don't know. But he's not going to come back this year. So our veteran second best running back, who didn't even play much last year, is gone now. So what do we have on our roster? Well, before the draft, we had 3 running backs on that roster. Obviously, Najee Harris is Teflon. He's our number 1 guy. We're going to run him till the wheels fall off. But sooner or later, those wheels will get tired. Najee will need breaks here and there. We're going to want specialists to come in. And also, I mean, eventually he might get hurt with all the carries he's taking and the Steeler running style, especially going forward. If we continue to be a running back team again, kind of a run-heavy team, Najee's going to get injured. And God forbid we got to go 4 or 5 games with somebody else. So knock on wood, it doesn't happen. But if it does, what do we have? Well, we have Benny Snell football, right? Mike Tomlin loves to say Benny Snell football. He seems to like this guy. He was drafted 3 years ago in 2019 out of Kentucky. And what has he really done for us in those 3 seasons? Well, statistically, here we go. 2019, his rookie season, he had 108 carries, 426 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 2020, he had 111 carries, 368 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And last year, as the kind of running back 2/3 behind Najee and Kalen Ballage when he came back off injury, didn't get to play in the preseason, but in the regular season, he had 36 carries for 98 yards. That brings his 3-year career in Pittsburgh to 255 carries, 892 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 fumbles. In 3 seasons, those are not great stats. Now, I know in filling in a couple years ago, he did have, I think, 2 100-yard games. I know he had at least 2. He might have had a third one. So he's had a couple of nice third down carries. He's been kind of a power back here and there to get a few conversions. And he did have 2 or 3 100-yard games for us. But aside from those 2 or 3 games, what has he actually done? Not a whole lot. Benny Snell, for being someone who's known as a power guy, he has not really been a power running back. He is small, he's hesitant in the hole, and he looks very slow. He came back from injury. He already looked a little slow to me to begin with. But when he came back from injury last year, after preseason, he looked very, very slow. He's always looked cautious to me in the hole. He's always looked like, for a guy who's supposed to be a power kind of back, and that's his role, he doesn't break very many tackles. He doesn't make you miss. He doesn't run through a whole lot of guys, and he doesn't finish off all that strong. He finishes his runs okay here and there. He's not a bad running back. But again, like his whole thing is, he's not a speed guy. He's not going to make you miss with his feet, and he's not going to really catch many passes. But what we've seen over the past couple of years is he's not going to break a ton of tackles. He's not terribly durable. He's gotten hurt before. And he's not really a great blocker. I mean, that's the thing. He's not really a very good blocker either. Najee has come in as a better power version, a faster version, a more athletic version, a better blocker, a better carrier, and a better pass catcher than Benny Snell. Benny Snell's kind of obsolete here in Pittsburgh. And again, he could be a really good RB3 for somebody. Right now he's still on his rookie deal. So he's in his fourth year. This is his last year of his rookie contract. I can't see us picking up a fifth year unless something crazy happens. So right now there's no reason to really cut him because he's on his rookie contract, so he's super cheap to stay here. But if he gets outplayed by a couple of these free agents, I don't know. But Benny Snell to me is not a running back 1. He's probably not a running back 2 at this point. Could he be a good running back 3 somewhere? Sure, but he's not done much for us here in Pittsburgh. Then we have Anthony Mcfarland. He was drafted, I think, in the 3rd or 4th round out of Maryland in 2020. Came directly out of our offensive coordinator system, Matt Canada, right? Came in his rookie season. He was going to be the speedster. He was going to be the really fast game breaker, the guy who could get outside and couldn't be caught. He was one of the fastest guys in that draft in 2020. Came in his rookie season for 33 carries for 113 yards. Didn't set the world on fire. Last year, I don't even think he was really hurt that much. He just didn't play because Snell came back from injury. We had Najee. So 3 carries for 3 yards. That's it. So 2 seasons, 36 carries, and 116 yards. He came out. It was going to be this big deal out of Maryland, how fast he was. Didn't show us much in his rookie season. We figured, okay, rookie year, behind other guys, whatever. Getting used to it. Then last year, all the reports out of camp were McFarland's going to break out. He's going to be the big guy. Matt Canada is the offensive coordinator now. It's official. He's going to really indoctrinate his guy, his Maryland scheme guy, into all these motions and all these end arounds and all these jet sweeps that Matt Canada is known for, and none of it happened. He didn't get any. He got 3 carries for 3 yards, and they were standard carries. Matt Canada didn't really have full control of the offense because he was playing with Ben, so we gave Canada a bit of a pass, even though I was tough on him all season. But McFarland didn't do anything at all last year, on top of the fact that he's now had 2 seasons and shown us nothing. He's had moments, I think, of injury. He's not really getting to the outside. He's not making good decisions. Now, granted, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities. He hasn't fully played for his guy yet, and he's played behind a bad offensive line. It's hard to get outside and make those wide corner turns when you've got no offensive line blocking for you. Now Matt Canada is fully going to get the reins. 2nd year as coordinator. He's without Ben now. He's got his own system. He's got his speed guys. He can do all of his jet sweeps and stuff. And now McFarland's in his 3rd year, and the offensive line should be vastly improved this year. So we'll see with McFarland. The jury's still out on him. I wouldn't go cutting him just yet. But again, we're getting improvements on this roster now from free agency. So we will see what happens. But McFarland so far has not impressed me. Why I bring this video up at the running back position is we have 2 undrafted free agents who I'm a big fan of. Mateo Durant out of Duke. He just got the all-time highest undrafted free agent running back contract in Steelers history. Got a $15 million signing bonus. Or was it $1,000? $15,000 signing bonus, not million. No, we're not Richie Rich over here. $15,000 signing bonus. So highest undrafted free agent running back contract in Steelers history. Again, I had a late 4th, early 5th round grade on Mateo Durant in the draft. I had him as the 5th or 6th best running back in the entire draft. He went to us undrafted. Now, does that mean something that all those teams passed on him? That he went way lower than I expected? Maybe it does. Maybe they know something I don't know. Maybe there's a character flaw or an injury history or something I don't know about. But when I did all the studying and I watched his tape, I had a top 5 or 6 running back rate on him. I could have been happy with us picking him in the 4th round or the 6th round. That would have been a great value either way. To get him undrafted is a steal for me. Big fan of this guy. And again, he's very strong and he finishes his run strong. He has kind of a better version, a bigger and still more athletic version of Benny Snell for me with him. Mateo Durant played at Duke, played really well. Didn't do a ton of pass catching, but did do some. Is an upgrade for us. His stats at Duke were 489 carries, 2,562 yards, 18 touchdowns on the ground, plus 55 catches, 480 yards, and 4 touchdowns as a receiver. So granted, I'm not going to try and compare NFL stats to Duke stats. The NFL is a whole different game. We know that. Benny Snell and McFarland were beasts in college too. I'm not trying to say these college stats are going to save our lives. But Mateo Durant shows me a lot. He breaks a lot of tackles. He's a very good short yardage and goal line guy. He finishes runs strong. He can catch the ball out of the backfield a little bit. His speed for a guy his size is pretty solid. I think this guy could step up and be our new running back too. And if he does that make a Benny Snell obsolete? We usually keep 3 running backs, sometimes 4, plus 1 fullback. So 4 running backs total usually, 3 running backs and 1 fullback. If that's the way we go, Mcfarland or Snell are the guys on the bubble here. These 2 guys have to prove themselves. Benny Snell's in the last year of his deal, and unless he does something major this season, he's gone. Mcfarland is probably on his last chance. He's only in his 3rd season, so he's got 2 more years of his rookie deal left. But unless he impresses, no reason to keep this guy, especially if we're only going to keep 3 running backs this year. Here are Jalen Warren's stats, because this guy is a guy I did not have on my radar. I didn't know this guy until we picked him up in the undrafted free agency, and I went back and watched a lot of his game tape and highlight packages, and I read some stuff on him. I like this guy quite a bit as well. He was not, again, Mateo Durant's high on my list. Warren came out of nowhere. He went to Utah State for his first, 2 seasons, and then spent 1 year at Oklahoma State. And I'm really a big fan of what he did here. 407 carries, 2,037 yards, 19 touchdowns on the ground, plus 45 catches for 440 yards as a receiver. And this guy is kind of the yin to Mateo Durant's yang. He's a really fast guy. He's good around the edge. He makes really good decisions. When he commits, he can really get a fast burst. And what I like about him is that his cuts are really good. He makes really good moves with his feet. He cuts back across the field. He makes guys miss with his feet. He's got really good shoulder fakes. I like this guy as a finesse guy. So you got Mateo Durant, who's the strong finisher, and you got Jalen Warren, who's a power guy. And both guys have shown they can catch out of the backfield a little bit. That's going to help us quite a bit. So again, these 2 guys coming out of undrafted free agency have a nice pedigree. They played for good schools and made good stats. Can they usurp a guy like Snell or Mcfarland? Warren has some Mcfarland traits, although he's not as fast. Mateo Durant's got some Benny Snell traits and looks like he's a little bit stronger. So we'll see. Can these 2 guys take our 2 current guys' spots? Or will the veteran presence be enough to keep those guys around for 1 more year? We shall see. But we have another situation at fullback as well. We have Derek Watt. We've had him here for 2 seasons. And here's what he's done for Pittsburgh in 2 seasons. 1 carry for 1 yard and 3 catches for 15 yards. So in 2 whole seasons, he's got, he got injured again at the start of the 2020 season, so he really didn't play much at all. But overall, in the time that he's been here, 4 touches for 16 yards. Now, I've been saying for a long time, especially last season since we put Najee Harris in, put Derek Watt in the game. We got rid of Rosie Nix. We upgraded to bring in Derek Watt 2 seasons ago. He never got a chance to get on the field. And granted, again, he was hurt for 1 of those seasons, but he didn't get on the field at all last year either. He's a strong fullback. He's shown that he can catch the ball. He played pretty well for Los Angeles / San Diego when he was there. I really like Watt. I think Watt's a guy who's good in short yardage. He's good as a fake guy on the goal line. He's a decent pass catcher, and he can block. He was brought over to upgrade Rosie Nix, and he's not been given the chance to. I don't see why we keep going to the shotgun inside handoff and all these draw plays when you have power running backs and you've got a fullback who can block downfield or straight ahead for power running backs. Put these guys in the eye. Put these guys in the staggered formations. Do some 2 running back sets. Let Watt block ahead for Najee. Najee's a power guy who can run behind blockers. That would improve our offensive line. That would get more use out of our signing. I don't see why Watt's not given the chance. Now, all of a sudden, in the 6th round, we drafted Conor Hayward out of Michigan State, Cam Hayward's little brother. He's a hybrid guy. He just transferred over to tight end this season. I think he had 35 catches. So he didn't overly impress me in his footage, but he is a natural Steeler fit. His brother's here. Pittsburgh likes the brother teams. He is a guy who can do it all. Tomlin likes the jack-of-all-trades guys, the utility knife guys. He played quarterback out of some trick plays last year. He played running back. He's done fullback. He's done tight end. He's lined up at wide receiver. He can play everywhere on the field. He's not terribly great at those positions on the field. He's strong and he's got a big body, but he doesn't run through guys too often, a couple times, but not too much. He's not terribly fast. His hands are still unproven, really just 1 season at tight end, and I don't think he's that good at finding the holes and kind of committing to his running lanes and stuff like that. So I'm not terribly a big fan, but Again, you're getting a younger guy who's going to be cheaper. He's got the pedigree. He's got that hard-nosed Pittsburgh Steelers body and that mentality. So where do you put him? Does he take Derek Watt's spot? Is it two dogs, one bone? Are he and Derek Watt fighting for that fullback spot? Are either of them going to get used at the fullback spot? Rosie Nix, I think, was slightly underused when he was here. Derek Watt's been criminally underused. Is there a spot at fullback open for us? Are they going to go with Watt one more season, or are they going to try and put Conor Hayward there? Is Conor Hayward going to be our tight end too? I don't know about that. Pat Freiermuth is our big tight end signing from last year. He had a great rookie season. He's a great pass catcher. He's a good athlete. He's good. He's flashy. He can run routes. We like Freiermuth here as our big receiving tight end. Ebron's gone now, but we have Zach Gentry, who's in, I think, the 4th year of his contract, who came along last year for the first time. He can catch a little bit here and there, but he's kind of big and lumbering and slow. He's not really good at running routes. His hands are so-so. But he can catch a little bit, and he's a blocker. He can block really well. He's our best blocking tight end. So now all of a sudden you got your receiving tight end, and you got Gentry playing for a lot this year as our blocking tight end who had his breakout blocking season last year. Are you going to put Conor Hayward in there as tight end 3? Can Conor Hayward block enough to be a tight end 2 and take Gentry's spot? I don't think so. I don't think Conor's blocking is that great. So is he fighting for tight end 3 spot? Is he dueling with Watt for the fullback spot? Is Watt going to ever actually get a chance? Because Watt's very good at special teams, and that's one thing Conor Hayward's going to have to do. Watt on special teams is one of our best guys. So that is where he makes his money. And so it's going to be up to Conor Hayward to try and usurp Watt's spot, just like it's going to be up to Jalen Warren and Mateo Durant to take Benny Snell and Mcfarland's spot. What do you guys think? Is Benny Snell football a good running back 2 for us? Is Mcfarland something we haven't fully seen yet under Canada? Is he going to break out this year in Canada's new kind of fast-paced motion offense? Where does Conor Hayward fit in for us? Was he just signed as a novelty, or is he going to get on the team? Is Derek Watt going to start getting used more at fullback, or is he only a special teams guy? Can you keep both those guys on the roster? Tell me in the comments below what you guys think. Those are my thoughts. Personally, I would like to see Watt as our fullback and getting used more often. I would like to see Mateo Durant as our running back 2 behind Najee Harris, and then kind of fight it out between Jalen Warren and Mcfarland to see who gets that 3rd spot. I'd be cutting Snell, and I'd be cutting the loser out of the Mcfarland and Warren battle. That's my personal thoughts. But what do you think about halfback and fullback on this team? This mini video is 18 fucking minutes, so I guess I didn't take it that lightly. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below who your starting and backup halfbacks and fullbacks are. Who on the undrafted free agent roster and late draft picks makes this list? What do you guys think? Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And if you want more positional breakdown videos, I want to do more things on quarterback, wide receiver, and the like going forward. So you tell me in the comments below if you like these, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.